Alright, so just wanted to come on and do a quick, actually this is going to probably be a two-part video because we're going to go in and remove the apivar strips from 4 of the hives, and the trap hive that we just brought home a few weeks ago we're going to leave. In the tall nuke here, because they've only been in there for a few weeks, and apivar needs to be in there for 42 days to treat for mites, but I really am not concerned about the mite population in that hive because their brood pattern coming back from the hunting camp was really strong. It had a really nice brood pattern, really solid queen. I saw her. She was really nice looking. So not overly concerned about that hive, but I do want to check them for stores. I want to make sure that they are that they have plenty to draw out, you know, the additional. Well, no, I gave them full frames. Scratch that. I want to make sure, I want to see how they're doing and how they're laying. So we're going to go through those hives really quick and just check on everything. Bear with me because I have lost my tripod again. I don't know what I did with it. So we're going to go through each of the hives, remove the apivar strips, check their food stores and their brood, and just see how everyone's doing. The second part of this video will be in the garden. Actually, we'll just call it part 2 because it's going to be its own separate video, because I have got to get in there and start getting some of the weeds pulled out of the raised beds. I've got to get seeds going. We're for our fall harvest. We have a little bit like a longer growing season, and everything that we're going to plant is frost hardy. And that was weird, I don't know what that was. And so we still have plenty of time to get them in the ground, but I got to get in there and start getting that cleaned up. And then we have to get our peppers. We're going to keep the peppers in the pots, in the barrels that we cut down. We're calling those our pepper pots. We're going to keep those and overwinter them. So Steve's been doing some research and looking into what we have to do to overwinter them, but the first thing that I gotta do is get in there and get the weeds all cleaned out, make sure it's nice and clean, harvest the rest of the peppers because there's still a lot of jalapenos that we need to harvest, and go from there. Got a really nice day here. It's a little bit hot, but you know, now's the time to go through the hives, and then we'll work on the garden in the second video. So I'm gonna go get geared up and suited up, and we'll get into these. We'll get into the hives. Now that the big truck is gone and I spent 15 minutes looking for my smoker, let me go ahead and finish getting set up, and we'll just jump right in. Do the string around, but that's okay. That's what it's for. If you can't hear me, I'll try to speak up. All right. I am gonna start with the hive down here, just because I don't care for that hive. Although they have calmed since we brought them home years ago. If you hear the pigs, it's because they're still wandering around. Go on. Now they're gonna get stung. The bees have no problem coming out and stinging them. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got going on. Any hives that their population is low and it looks like they can be dropped down to one box, we're going to go ahead and do that too. This is the fourth year for this hive. I think. Might be third. Have to look. Remove that strip. They're very calm. Smoke is getting me. And their population up top is pretty good, so all I'm going to do today is remove the strips. And I'm going to leave them. I'm not going to get into this hive today. So we're going to leave them just as they are. I'm going to put this back on. It doesn't help that we're got allergies kicking too. Now that I've got this one out of the way, I can put the smoker over here. It won't blow on me anymore. Okay, so they're good. We're going to leave them. Looks like some mice have been trying to get in, chewing at the top, it looks like. Okay, saving this one for last. Done. Usually in the summertime when I'm done going through these hives, I'm so hot that I just don't come back over here and clean up because I have to cool off. So I will get all of this put away today. There's nothing wrong with these frames. They're just not drawn out. But they're ready to go for next spring. So. Alright, so the next hive we're going to get into is this one. This is the first full year for this hive. This is going to be, we brought this one home September of 2020. This has been a really good hive. This is the hive that we got 90 pounds of honey out of this year, so I don't really expect anything bad to be going on with this hive. They had good brood pattern. They were great when the inspector was here. They didn't have any signs of mite stress or pest stress at all. They've been very healthy. This hive over here is the one that had the mite stress that I really want to go through, and then of course this one here I want to see how the new bees are doing. That one over there, I don't see any activity going in and out of it. So I'm thinking they may have absconded, and we're gonna look. Well, let's go through these first. Hello, ladies. How our numbers are doing. Tomorrow's October 1st, but it is still hot. Like, I'm sweating. These are the ones that the bee inspector thought were the Caucasians because of how much propolis they use. And I'm just gonna tell you, it is seriously propolized. Like, this is a ton propolis. That is insane. The queen's not on the lid. This out. I'm gonna take this out. They've actually been in for 60 days. I put them in the beginning of August, so they have been in here for plenty of time. They look good, but I do want to just pull a frame. And they look like they've got good stores. Just saw wax moth larva. Which is odd for this hive. This is a very heavy frame. This is telling me this frame's like filled with honey. Oh God. Yeah. What in the world? I got stores for winter for sure. We got some queen cups. Empty. I think they're starting to think they're a little crowded, so we'll give them a super today. Combs are definitely, take one more out. They did cross comb them, so 2 of them I'm not going to be able to even pull out. We're going to leave this as stores. They've got good, now this has larva. This has good larva pattern. Go on. Alright, so what we're going to do with these ladies is, number one, I'm going to get this comb that I broke out. So there's that. And I'm going to put this back, and I'm adding a super. They think they need to swarm because they have so much honey in them. They're actually kind of honey bound. So they're just such a good producer. Now that the apivar is removed, we can give them a super vac. And that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, that one's done. Okay, I'm gonna check this one. Pray they are calmer. Wings one on the lid. Quit plundering. Okay. Now here I'm going to start with a frame that I know is not drawn out, because they have not drawn out all of their frames that I've given them. That can be fixed. Oh, man. Damn it. I broke another one. It's like we're not gluing them, or they're just propolising it so much that it's just not holding. Damn. Come on. This is ridiculous. Now I see why these were almost extinct. They glued it to the wall. All right, I'm not sure based off that frame if I can make any kind of assessment. Them all at the bottom. That's all honey. It's good. Even got that's solid brood. Definitely all larvae. I haven't seen any eggs. She could be in the bottom. I'm going to check a few more frames. There's one queen cup with nothing in it. I'm going to move this one. Drawing it out, so I'll put that one on the end. Their activity is a little more erratic than I was planning on it being. Not that they're being aggressive, I just was planning on them being a little calmer. Considering that we just treated them for mites. I'm gonna move this one as well. We are going to leave them as 2 boxes for right now. Their numbers are definitely improved. Yeah, we're going to leave them for right now as 2 boxes. Put this back together. I'm not going into the bottom box. I just don't want to risk it. The way that they've got all of this glued together, it's a little excessive, and I'm just not gonna mess them up any more than I have already. now we're going to get into the trap hive. I'm putting this in as a spacer. Not expecting them to draw it out, but I don't want them building wonky comb if they do need to build. Okay. Okay. Last hive. This one we will not be removing strips from. There is no activity on that back hive. I am fairly certain they're gone. They're gone. So much for going in with 5 hives. That's okay, we'll go in with 4. 4 healthy, happy hives I'm good with. It's the most we've ever had going into winter. Alright, let's check this box. I did give them a top box with all drawn frames. Let's see if she's done anything with it. Okay. Here. Stuck pretty good, huh? Now when we first brought her home, she was a unhappy lady. And they came right out to sting me. Steve was like, I want to see what population in there is. And it was good. And they were pissed. Okay, we've got, okay, they're storing nectar. Only nectar in this one. Again, same here. They have started storing some nectar. Looks like they're gathering some pollen up. That's good. Majority of the population is still in the bottom box, but we do have some people up here. Lots of honey stores going on in the top. That looks like what they're using the top for. So far, no brood. All honey. A lot calmer than that inbox, though. A lot calmer than they were when they came home, too. Yeah, solid nectar and pollen. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back. I'm going to take this box off, and we're going to look in the bottom. It's only in the like 80s today, and I'm still getting nauseous and bugged by the heat. this from here and put both of them at the bottom where the brood is going to be. Okay, I already had two down here. Let's see. Dear. Alright, they started building this one kind of wonky. That's all pollen and nectar too. This is a lot of pollen. This is like solid pollen. No brood. Dadgummit, man. We definitely have a solid brood pattern. And we have eggs. Okay. I'm going to put them back. Happy with that. So it looks like they're doing all of their, she's laying in the bottom. I'm going to let it ride because they are building. Oh, that was one with no bracing. That's not good. I'm going to have to give them another frame with bracing in it. That was an ash that fell on me. I'm not a beast. I'm going to put this in since that one broke off. This one has bracing in it so that they'll have something to build to support it. This one I'm just going to we're just going to put this back together. And that's it. We have 4 strong, healthy hives going into winter. And this is not the only preparations we're gonna have to do. This won't be the last bee check we do, but for right now, I am happy. I gotta put these girls back in their hive. Alright, here, and that's the bee update for today. They're all closed up. I'm going to get this suit off, get the bee yard cleaned up, and then the next video will be the garden. So thanks for watching my bee update.